Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there lived a wealthy merchant and his 3 daughters. They lived in a grand house filled with laughter, silk dresses, and shining treasures. The merchant's youngest daughter was named Beauty. She was not only the most beautiful of the 3, but also the kindest and wisest. Everyone in the town admired her gentle heart. Her 2 elder sisters, however, were very different. They cared little for kindness and much more for jewels, dresses, and parties. They spent their father's money without a second thought, and often mocked Beauty for her simple ways. Beauty loved reading books and dreaming of faraway lands. At night, she would look up at the stars and imagine a handsome prince who would one day take her to a beautiful palace and love her for who she truly was. Life felt perfect until fate changed everything. One stormy night, terrible news arrived. The merchant's ships were destroyed at sea, and with them went all his fortune. "It's all over," the merchant said sadly. "We are poor now." Beauty held her father's hands and smiled softly. "Don't worry, father, as long as we are together, we have everything we need." Soon, the servants left the house, and the family moved to a small cottage. Beauty worked tirelessly, cooking, cleaning, and caring for her father, while her sisters complained endlessly about their new life of hardship. One day, the merchant received surprising news: one of his ships had reached the harbor. "There is hope," he said joyfully. "Tell me, my daughters, what gifts shall I bring you?" "I want jewels," said one sister. "And I want fine dresses," said the other. The merchant turned to Beauty. "And what shall I bring you, my dear child?" Beauty smiled. "Just one thing, father, a single scarlet rose." The merchant agreed and set off happily. But when he reached the harbor, his hopes shattered. The ship was empty, and the crew had fled with the cargo. Heartbroken, he began his journey home. Lost in sorrow, he wandered into a deep forest as snow fell heavily around him. His horse grew tired, and just then, in the distance, the merchant saw a glowing palace. He approached the palace in amazement, though snow covered the forest. The palace garden bloomed with green trees and orange blossoms. Inside, he found a warm hall, a table filled with delicious food, and a comfortable bed. Grateful, he ate and rested. The next morning, fresh clothes and breakfast awaited him. Thankful, the merchant prepared to leave, but then remembered Beauty's rose. He plucked a single scarlet rose from the garden. Suddenly, a terrifying roar echoed through the palace. A dreadful beast appeared. "How dare you steal from my garden?" the beast growled. The merchant fell to his knees and begged for forgiveness, explaining he had taken the rose for his daughter. The beast paused. "I will spare your life on one condition. One of your daughters must come here willingly to take your place." With heavy heart, the merchant returned home and told his daughters everything. The sisters blamed Beauty cruelly, but Beauty stepped forward bravely. "I will go," she said. "Father must be saved." Despite his tears, the merchant had no choice. When Beauty reached the palace, she was treated kindly. The beast gave her fine rooms, beautiful dresses, and freedom to wander the gardens every evening. He visited her and asked gently, "Beauty, will you marry me?" And every evening, she replied honestly, "No." The beast never grew angry. Instead, he wished her good night and left. Days turned into weeks. Beauty saw that beneath his frightening appearance, the beast had a kind heart. He played music for her, spoke gently, and never forced her to do anything. One day, Beauty grew homesick and asked to visit her father. The beast agreed, giving her a magic ring. "When you wish to return," he said sadly, "place the ring beside you." Beauty promised to come back within a week. At home, she was reunited with her family. But time passed quickly. One night, Beauty dreamed that the beast lay dying alone. Terrified, she returned at once. Tears filled her eyes. "I never knew how much I loved you until I thought I had lost you," she cried. "Can you truly love a creature like me?" The beast whispered. "Yes," Beauty said. "I love your kind heart." At that moment, a bright light filled the palace. The beast transformed into a handsome prince. Beauty gasped in wonder. "I was cursed by a wicked witch," the prince explained. They returned to Beauty's home and were married in a grand celebration. Together, they ruled with kindness and lived happily ever after.